I have a shocking update to this experiment. If you're new here, hi, I'm Meg. I talk about houseplants, and around 2 weeks ago, I filmed myself adding strontium illuminate, the world's glowiest glow-in-the-dark powder, to my propagations in an attempt to see if I could make the world's first glow-in-the-dark hydroponic system. Flash forwards 2 weeks later, something strange has happened. But first, let's see if the powder is actually still glowing. It's still glowing, but definitely not as luminous as it was previously. I don't know whether that's the time of day I did it or what happened there, but it's definitely not really as bright. But the strangest thing is when I take it out of its little cube that it sits in, you can see the substrate at the bottom, but you can also see a lot of this red material. And at first I thought it was that the substrate itself had turned red and, somehow reacted with the water, reacted with the tannins produced by the plant. I thought I'd created some mutinous substrate, could take over the world any second. Death will be knocking on my door, like, what have you done? What are you releasing into the environment? But no, I'm thinking it's algae buildup. It's like that glob right there. It looks a little bit like seaweed. So this is definitely organic material, not something to do with the strontium, strange glow-in-the-dark, suspicious looking liquid that I did add to it. The plants themselves are actually really healthy, and you can see their roots coming through there. I did notice that the second one that already had a lot of damage to it from the show, it kind of got a little bit worse, but actually the healthier parts of that leaf looks less yellow than it did previously. So I don't think it has anything to do with the actual strontium in the water. The plant that I fed with the suspicious looking liquid is actually doing pretty well and is still very glowy, which is nice to see. But this experiment isn't over. We still got to get this powder suspended in the tube so that it glows in the dark the whole way through the tube and not just at the bottom. So I think I've got an idea how I can get around that, but if you've got any thoughts, leave them in the comment box below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!